gonna crack my ribs because you know what? I have another bullshit reason of why I don't just work on my core control. What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shreve. I have BB Pro, Mr. Tell Like It Is. I ran up on a reel just recently. It's Dr. Mike on Dr. Mike's channel. It's Dr. Mike Israetel on Dr. Mike's reel. It's about him talking about surgery, and I'm just gonna go over this and I'm gonna react because I saw this already. I'm like, what? I need your help, guys. I honestly need your help, man. I need to know if I'm going mad or just let me just.
Why did you get plastic surgery?
Now that I'm into bodybuilding and I have an aesthetic vision for my physique, a huge limiting factor of mine was that I just had love handles, and when they weren't filled with fat anymore, they were filled with water, and then they just looked like shit all the time. And I was like, fuck this, I can just get them cut out. So I did. I will be going through surgery again, probably at least a few more times.
Why?
One is I have some loose skin and extra fat cells around my lower chest area, some cases around my back, and actually just out of sheer genetics in my tie-in between my biceps, triceps, and shoulders, like right this area. And those can actually be kind of furrowed out with surgery. I do have hypothetical, probable plans for a very ambitious surgery. No matter what body fat I have a big gut, just plain old. And it's really just a genetic laxity of the abdominal wall. It has nothing to do with muscle strength and none of that shit. And so you can plicate the obliques, you can plicate the rectus abdominis, and it brings your waist in. And just in case you were ever going to blow that out, you get a polymer sheath installed around your entire, like a corset sheath. And then it constantly keeps your waist to the size that most people of my leanness have. I have been thinking about potentially going to that next level of surgery and getting my two bottom ribs broken inwards to have an even cooler, even smaller waist. Ideally, I'd like to have a tiny waist. I think it's magical.
This is real. He's not trolling. He's on Dr. Mike, who's got a massive channel. The first thing he said.
Why did you get plastic surgery?
Now that I'm into bodybuilding and I have an aesthetic vision for my physique, a huge limiting factor of mine.
Okay, now that he's into bodybuilding, he started bodybuilding the same time I started bodybuilding, 2012. Started bodybuilding the same time, okay? 2, here's a problem with extreme pageantry. Any other sport, you have tryouts, right? You have tryouts, you go through a tryout process, and if you're not good enough, you don't make the team. Like if you're not good at soccer as a child, you're damn well not gonna be a professional soccer player. Same with baseball, hockey's, basketball, any professional sport. Bodybuilding skips all that. Bodybuilding invites everybody in and gives them a chance to try it. It's a massive bottleneck system. Bodybuilding would be like a small bottleneck opening and a massive Culligan, body, right? And this big Culligan body is like, everybody gets in, then all of a sudden it's like, but this many people are gonna actually make it. Every other sport, if you're not good enough to be a professional, you accept it and you move on. Most people sometimes use steroids at, the earlier stages in their athletic careers because they want to become professional athletes. Those who maybe make it to, the collegiate level or the semi-pro level, and they want an edge and I gotta be faster, I gotta be stronger. So they use steroids to give them a boost. Probably there's guys who are using steroids too that are actually pros, but when it comes to the ones who don't, they try to take steroids to make it, but guess what? It doesn't matter how many steroids you take, it doesn't matter how many things you try to do your body, you will not be a professional athlete. That's how it goes. But Dr. Mike here just can't accept that he just might not be fit for this. Now, I said that he eventually at one point could probably get a pro card because honestly, when it comes to bodybuilding, if you're at the right show and you've got the right conditioning, everything, and things fall into place, Mike could possibly, but not guarantee, because there's a lot of people who have it together. Dr. Mike, it almost feels like he's trolling. That it's like, I'm going to go through all of these surgeries to become a bodybuilder. And stop, right now I can already hear it. Never heard it in the comments before. Oh, well, women, they do cosmetic stuff. This is for people who need more understanding about bodybuilding itself, okay? When women do cosmetic surgeries for bodybuilding, it's because they get lean and they lose breast tissue. So they are flat chested. So they get breast implants. So when they're lean and they've lost the fat on their body, when they've got conditioned enough, they lose their fat tissue. They lose their breasts, their face sink in. All things happen when they get conditioned, meaning when they've lowered their body fat enough, they lose fat tissue. So a woman gets breast implants. A guy cutting off his waist, taking out his obliques, and doing liposuction because that he apparently did a spirit bulk, ate too much food, and then now has water there is not the same thing. Dr. Mike, and we all know this, should have just got leaner, period. There is no loose skin. There's pictures of him on stage and there's no loose skin. Well, there's bodybuilders that put oil in their arms. If you get caught with oil in your arms, you get docked points. You don't get rewarded for not looking, funny to say this, as natural as you can as a bodybuilder, but you know what I'm saying. Second point, Dr. Mike's entire platform. The reason why he's here right now, the reason why he has subscribers, a massive following, is because his entire platform is science-based, evidence-based. Does it not kind of like contradictory that the person whose platform is preaching about evidence-based, science-based, and he's basically taking a cosmetic shortcut? Sorry guys, it's a cosmetic shortcut. You want to do that for yourself? Do you? Go ahead, do it. It's fine. We're not judging you for getting, you know, body modifications. But when you're doing it so you can do better in bodybuilding, the process that you're getting judged on is discipline. And we can make our jokes that there's steroid use. Of course there is, but it doesn't matter. You can take all steroids in the world. If you don't train hard enough, and if you don't diet hard enough, and if you don't practice your posing hard enough, when you get on stage, you will not do good enough. Guys, not everybody has the genetics to be a bodybuilder. Like, sometimes you have to just accept that you're just not fit for this fill in the blanks. Liposuction isn't gonna make you a better poser, Mike. It's not gonna make you better at practicing posing. Liposuction isn't gonna make you better at dieting. Liposuction isn't gonna give you more discipline. Liposuction isn't going to show you your methods are the best methods. Do you understand that cosmetic surgery is fucking dangerous? I'm gonna crack my ribs. I'm gonna get some of my ribs cracked because you know what? I have another, bullshit answer or reason of why I don't just work on my core control. Bodybuilding, the one thing about bodybuilding that is really great, no matter what it is, your physique is gonna be different than everybody else's, but it's what you do with your physique, the best that you can do with it. Okay, cool, man, there's steroids use. Okay, cool, fine. Steroid use, now there's probably, GLP-1s, people using that as well too. But when it comes down to it, the process, everybody has to go through. But like, taking it to this extreme and then having a platform where people are looking up to you for your methods and for your ways. And it's like, oh yeah, man, I worked really hard. Did you though? Did you do everything you possibly could to be the best version of you? The answer is no, you didn't. You didn't. I'm gonna say it, sorry. I'm just telling like it is. The dude's married, the guy's rich and popular, and not happy with what he looks like because you didn't get a pro card? What message are you sending when a guy who has millions of subscribers, millions of dollars, married, and knowledge, and can't accept him for who he is? What kind of message are you sending? I'm not good enough still? So the bar is not only raised so damn high, that it's raised so high for people who don't have the resources. Man, I can't get the fat off the side of me. I got these love handles and stuff, and I can't. It's water for me too, Dr. Mike. What do you do? Surgery? Oh, I don't have So what I do? Like, you diet properly. You take your time. You don't drop fat so damn quickly and leave yourself with a bunch of loose skin. You diet slow. You get into a proper deficit. You build muscle on the way. You create good habits. I don't care if you do GLPs intent. I don't care if you do all those. I don't care if you do steroids. I don't care if you do anything that's gonna help your physique. As long as you're doing it alongside good discipline and good habits. People are bypassing the most important part of the process, and that's creating good habits. When I coach, my main objective when I coach somebody is we need to make fitness fit your life. And the only way we can do that is by creating good habits. And this to me is like, screw a habit. If you got enough money, just get surgery. No big deal. You've seen the pictures. I've seen him on stage. We've seen the pictures on stage. I don't see any loose skin on him whatsoever. I see like 90% of the job done when it comes to creating better habits or exploring other methods and then continuing to be consistent with those other methods. being open to other things that might just work before you spend thousands and thousands of dollars of painful surgeries that are going to bypass creating better habits. Because guess what? Said already. Liposuction is going to give you better habits when it comes to posing properly. Liposuction is going to give you better habits when it comes to being disciplined and doing your cardio and, you know, staying on your diet. Liposuction and body modifications isn't going to help you love yourself more or accept yourself more. To me, this is like the most contradictory thing I've seen from an influencer who has all of the knowledge in the world to preach to everyone else about how their methods are supposed to work, yet the result is liposuction and possible more cosmetic surgeries to fit into a sport that that person might just not be good at. And guess what, guys? There's nothing wrong with not being good at a certain thing. Because I promise you, there's probably some other thing you're probably good at. You can look better, do all the surgery you want, but don't call it fitness. Don't call it fitness. Liposuction isn't fitness. Liposuction isn't health and fitness. It's not. But then, like, if you're a coach, then you gotta, like, learn to walk the walk. Practice what you preach. If you want to be a cosmetic specialist, then coach that. Coach all those methods. Teach how you can, you know, scale your business up so you can afford to just bypass self-discipline and self-acceptance and self-love and just get surgery. Oh, well, but surgery's hard. Sure, still a shortcut. Not everybody's meant to be a professional athlete. Not everybody's meant to be an IFBB pro. Not everybody's meant to be a world-class singer or even entrepreneur or whatever it is. But what you can be is the best version of you. And in that pursuit, accepting yourself for who you are, the abilities that you have, the life that you live. My thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I overreacting? Am I onto something? Let's have an open conversation in the comments. And depending on how it does, we'll do a follow-up video. If you don't have the money for liposuction or any cosmetic surgery and you want to build better training, nutrition habits, fill out the link in the description below, johnsgfitness.com. Get on a 50-minute call with me and we'll see what we can achieve together. Anyway, guys, until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.